I just don't really see how they were able to get it together enough to fall in love. I'm actually so pissed that I read this. Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reading Goodreads Choice Award winners from 2024. So last year I did this video and had such a good time. I ended up finding a 5-star read in the video and really enjoyed my time filming this video. So I decided that I wanted to do it again this year. But this year I will be doing a few different categories than I did last year. So looking through the 2024 Goodreads Choice Award winners, a lot of the books I did end up reading in 2024. So there were a few that I did not end up reading that I will be reading in this video. This year I will be doing 3 categories from the 2024 winners. So I will be doing fiction, mystery, thriller, and debut, because a lot of the other categories that I normally read from, I did actually read the winner already, or it was like a second in a series, so I did not end up picking that category. So the books that I'm planning to read in this video, like I mentioned, are going to be from the fiction, mystery, thriller, and the debut category. So for the fiction category, the winner was The Wedding People by Alison Espach, and I have heard some mixed kind of things about this book. I've heard that a lot of people are saying that it's not what they thought it was about based on the synopsis going in. I know that there is a major emphasis on suicide in this book and suicidal ideation in the beginning of this book, so I am prepared for that based on what people have said. I'm not triggered by that, so I don't really think it'll have a triggering effect on me, so I am prepared for that though, since that is one of the main topics of this book. But I am interested in reading this. I did get this from Book of the Month back in August of 2024, so I am excited to read it, even though I have not picked it up just yet. But I am excited that this video is giving me an excuse to pick this book up. The next book is God of the Woods, and this is the mystery thriller winner. I've heard some mixed things about this book. I've heard many people love it, many people find it boring, and they hated it. So I'm definitely interested to see what I am going to think about this book. I feel like it's going to be interesting for me. Rich socialites with murders happening in the woods, so I feel like that might be something that is up my alley, but we will see as I read the book. And then the final category for debut is going to be How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kong, and this is Emily Henry's screenwriter for her books that are being adapted to movies. So I'm interested to see if I'm going to like this book. I've heard some pretty mixed things about this book as well, so I'm definitely interested to see what I'm going to think about this one. So these are the 3 books that I'm going to be reading in this video. I am currently in the middle of a book right now, but once I finish that book, I will be starting the first book that I'm planning to read for this video, which I think will end up being How to End a Love Story. So that'll be the first book that I read for this video, and I will talk to you guys once I have started How to End a Love Story. Hello. Okay, so it is a little bit later now, and I am about to start the first book that I'm planning on reading for this video, How to End a Love Story. So I was able to get this from my library, so I will be reading it on my Kindle. So I am about to start this right now. I am a little bit nervous about this one because I have heard some mixed reviews on this one, but I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I will probably talk to you guys once I hit that 50% mark. Hello. Okay, so it is now the next day after I let you guys know that I was going to be starting How to End a Love Story, and I have been reading some today. I think last night I ended up making it to around like 30 something%, but I'm now 61%, so I'm a little bit over that halfway mark. And so far I don't really have anything to say about this book. I feel like it's just like, okay, it's not the best book I've ever read, it's not the worst book I've ever read. I feel like it's really good for a debut novel, but also like the author is a screenwriter, so I'm not surprised that the writing is good. But I will say that I feel like the premise isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I wasn't sure what it was going to be going into it, but now that I'm in it, it wasn't what I thought, especially like considering the whole fact that like you find out in the first chapter that the love interest was used in our main character's sister's suicide. So it's like kind of like a weird way of knowing each other, I guess. I don't know, it's just feeling very like weird, and they're just not talking about it. They're pretty much ignoring it, but yet they're just like sleeping together, and it's like, well, they're not sleeping together, they're just messing around, but like it's still just very like weird to me that they haven't even like talked about it. Like she has been hating him for like years and years and years, and now they're like doing stuff together. It's just like, it's weird to me. I don't know, but maybe they'll talk about it here at the end soon. I don't know, but I'm 61% in, so we'll see how I end up liking the rest of it. It's been a pretty quick read so far. I've been flying through it. It's just like your typical romance book, so I'm not too mad about it. It's like what I was kind of expecting, I guess, just not as far as like plot wise, but overall it's not bad. It's okay so far. I feel like I see it being like a 3-star. I'm definitely interested to see what the conflict at the end is going to be, but those are really my thoughts. I don't really have much on this book, but I'm gonna keep going, and I will talk to you guys again later once I have an update. Hello. So I just finished How to End a Love Story, and I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like this book was just okay. Like it wasn't for me. I feel like, would I recommend it? Maybe. I don't know. I just don't know if I loved this premise. So essentially we are following Helen, and she is an author. Her sister has died when she was younger by suicide. Her sister ran out into traffic and got hit by a car, and the person that was driving the car's name is Grant, and he is the love interest in this story. So Grant was an 18-year-old kid when he ended up hitting Helen's sister with his car, and they went to high school together, Helen and Grant. And the book starts by being at the funeral, and Grant shows up to the funeral, and Helen tells him like, hey, like you have to go, like you're not welcome here, like get out, we don't want you here, essentially. And then it follows like many years later when Helen's book gets adapted into a TV show, and Grant is the screenwriter for her book, and they reconnect that way and then end up falling in love. And I feel like it was so like, I don't know, because I just don't really see how they were able to get it together enough to fall in love, if that makes sense. Like, because they never really talked about the situation. They never really expressed what happened, why she hated him as bad as she did, and like what Grant was feeling during that time. Like you get flashbacks into what happened where he like tells her like what happened, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like their relationship was very much like hate to insta lust, and it was just very like weird. There was no like going to therapy about having feelings for the person that you attribute to the death of your sister. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there was a lot more that could have been explored that wasn't, and I felt like it was very just like, okay, like it just wasn't my favorite. I feel like the topics could have been handled a little bit bit differently. Not to say that they were handled bad or like wrong, but I just feel like there could have been more things that happened, because then there at the end, like it started to get to the point where I was like, I really just don't care, like I'm ready for this book to end type of like feelings. Like when I was probably like 5 chapters from the end, I was like, oh my god, like is this book ever gonna end or what? And then like you literally think that it might not end with a happily ever after, and then it does, which that was also another thing. I don't know. Maybe this book was just not for me. I don't know, but I'm done with it now. I would not have voted for this probably for the debut category. I don't know if I'd read anything in the debut category. I don't know if I voted. I don't remember if I voted in the debut category or not, but I definitely don't think that this would have been the one that I voted for in that category for the winner. So yeah, I don't know. But now that I'm finished with this book, I will be moving on to the next book for this video, and that is going to be The Wedding People by Alison Espach. So this one again is another one that deals with suicide, so definitely like check the trigger warnings, especially for like these two. As far as I'm aware, like How to End a Love Story and The Wedding People, I know are very like suicide heavy. When just talking about the topic of suicide, like they're both very like heavy on that. So if that triggers you, then definitely check the trigger warnings for that, as well as some other things as well in these two books. But I am getting ready to start this one. I actually am probably going to start dinner right now. It's almost 5 p.m. so I think I might actually start cooking dinner and then start this. I think the audiobook is on Everend, so I think I might use one of my unlocks for that, which that makes me mad. Low-key that makes me mad, because Everend used to be that girl because you could like listen to as many audiobooks as you wanted, but now they've started with like 1 to 3, like you either get 1 or 3 unlocks per month, which is absolutely like insane to me. I don't understand it, but whatever. So I will use one of my unlocks for The Wedding People, and then I'll probably use one of my unlocks for The God of the Woods as well. But I did also download the book on my Kindle. I got How to End a Love Story from the library, but I did get this one on my Kindle, and then I also got The God of the Woods on my Kindle because the library holds for those were like astronomical. But I do also have the physical book of The Wedding People as well, so I'll probably try to read it physically, but I do have my Kindle as well, just because I've been like loving my Kindle lately. Like it has been my like main source of reading lately. I've just been like absolutely loving it. But I am going to read this now, so I'll probably switch between the physical and the ebook and just go back and forth, and like I mentioned, probably download the audiobook from Everend as well. So that is enough of me like blabbing. I'm going to get up and start dinner, and then I'm going to start The Wedding People this evening as well. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys again a little bit later, and I'll update you once I have started The Wedding People. I've been trying to keep my updates to like around the 50% mark, and then at the end, so that way I'm not like absolutely blabbing your head off. So yeah, I don't know, but I will probably update you guys once I hit the 50% mark in The Wedding People. okay, so sorry about the lighting. I know it's kind of like weird. We've got like the TV and the Christmas tree and then like this terrible black lighting from the kitchen, but I wanted to give the update that I'm about halfway through The Wedding People and I'm currently on page 177, and that is like the start of Thursday. So this book doesn't have like chapters, it just has like the days, and then like it does have chapters, but like the chapters aren't chapters really. I don't know, like it doesn't say like chapter 1, like it's just like the text. But so this starts on a Tuesday and I'm now on Thursday. So Tuesday is the day that everybody arrives, and then we have Wednesday, and now I'm on Thursday, which is called the Bachelorette Party. So I don't know how I'm feeling about this book. I am not feeling the best today, so I'm not like super loving this right now. It's definitely like not what I want to read when I'm not like feeling super good. But basically we were following Phoebe and she goes to this hotel and she checks in. She's like, hey, like I'm about to kill myself, and so I'm gonna do it at this hotel that I've always wanted to go to. She books the penthouse suite. It's like $800 a night. She's there, and when she gets there, there's like this wedding that's happening. Everyone's shocked that she's not there with the wedding party because apparently there was enough people at this wedding that the whole hotel should have been booked up. So when the bride finds out that she is not with the wedding party and that she is actually there to kill herself, the bride tries to step in and prevent that from happening. And I feel like this is definitely interesting. There are some themes that are going on in this right now that I'm not loving, especially because I feel like this happened to you, so why are you essentially doing the same thing? Like, and that's what I'm getting from it so far. I don't know if that is going to continually be the case in the last half of the book, but some of the things that Phoebe is doing right now, I just like, I don't agree with, and I think it's so like wrong. And so I'm definitely wondering how that's going to play a role later in the book and like what's going on. But yeah, I don't know, I might put it down for tonight. I might read a little bit more, but I'm just feeling like I don't want to read any more of this tonight. Like I said, I'm just not feeling good. I'm having a really bad allergy day, so I'm just like running, everything is like running, and so I really just want to like lay down and go to sleep, even though it's like 7 p.m. but I don't know. So this is my update on this for now. I don't know about it. As of right now, I'm not really seeing how this could be the winner, so I don't know. Like obviously by the time I get to the end it might be different. Like by the end I might be like, oh my god, this book was so amazing, like 5 stars, but as of right now I'm not really seeing it, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated obviously, but like I said, I think I might be done reading for the evening and just like getting ready to just go rot in bed for a little bit and like watch some YouTube and stuff, because like I said, I'm just not feeling the best. So yeah, that is my update for now on The Wedding People. I'll probably end up finishing it tomorrow and I will update you guys again then, and then we'll move on to The God of the Woods. But yeah, so that's my update for right now, and I will talk to you guys again probably tomorrow. Okay, so I just finished The Wedding People by Alison Espach, and I don't think that this was a book for me. It's definitely literary fiction. I just don't think this is the type of literary fiction that I enjoy. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna give this book a 2.5 star. I just like didn't connect with this book. I didn't really connect with the storyline. I feel like when I picked this book for my book of the month, I was kind of expecting it to be something a little bit different, but I feel like the drama wasn't like what I was expecting. I feel like honestly this whole book in general just wasn't what I was expecting. Honestly, I felt like it was kind of boring, if I'm being so honest, and like I normally don't read a whole lot of literary fiction, but I feel like sometimes the ones that I do read are generally more busy, if you will, like with the plot, and I feel like this was just very kind of like dull and boring. And like yes, we were following Phoebe, and you know the beginning starts out pretty good. good, where she's like at the hotel, she's there to commit suicide, but then she is like stopped by the bride. The bride talks to her in the elevator, and like her and the bride kind of form this relationship. But after, I feel like the beginning like few pages, I feel like honestly after day one, so I would probably say after the first like 70 or so pages is when I really just started to kind of like lose interest. There were some things that started happening that I just didn't really agree with, and I don't know, I just didn't love it. So 2.5 stars. I don't know if I read anything else in the fiction category, but if I did, I don't think I would have voted for this one. So I don't know, I guess I can kind of see how some people really enjoy this book, but I just don't think it was one for me, and I do hate that because I really love this cover. I think it's so pretty. So I don't know, but I don't think that I will be keeping this one in my collection. And yeah, so now that I'm finished with this one, I will be moving on to the next book for this video. So the third and final book that I'm going to be reading for this video is going to be The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, and like I mentioned, I do have this one on my Kindle, so I am going to be reading this on here. I am hoping this is going to give me the drama that I'm looking for. I know this is about rich people and like murders happening at a summer camp in the woods, so I'm hoping this one's going to be a little bit more up my alley. I feel like so far the books in this video have just been kind of like okay, but like not necessarily for me, so I'm definitely interested to see how I feel about this one. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start this, and I will update you guys again a little bit later. you guys saw, I did just work on a journal spread for this video, and I'm gonna fill in the God of the Woods like once I finish it and give a rating and everything. But I feel like this turned out really cute. I did like a mock journal spread on my iPad, which I feel like it ended up turning out a little bit different than I had envisioned it, because I wanted it to look kind of like this in my journal instead, but I ended up having to kind of make do, because when I printed like the top border pieces, it didn't print long enough, so I ended up doing it like vertically instead of horizontally. But anyway, that is like completely beside the point. But so I just made it to part 6, which is survival, and this is page 277, so I am 59%, so I am a little bit past that halfway mark. And so far I don't really have much to update about this book. Like, I am not super invested in anything that's going on. Like, there's so many points of view that I feel like it's kind of taking me out of the story, because nothing is really seeming to connect. And when I get to the end, it's possible that everything that's going on could, you know, connect, and then I'm like, oh my god, like this was literally the best book ever. But as of right now, like, I'm not really finding anything super special about this book. Like, I'm not obsessed with it, I'm not loving it, I'm not like on the edge of my seat trying to figure out what happened, or like what's going on, or why these people are going missing, or what this family has to do with anything in these like woods and like all this stuff. Like, I really don't care right about now, and I hate to say that, because I'm just like, I feel like this could have been so good, and there is still room, you know, towards the end for it to be a little bit better. But I was really hoping to like this one. I've heard really good things about this one. A lot of people were really enjoying this, but I feel like this just might not be the one for me. As we've discovered earlier in 2024, I like a mystery thriller that has a caretaker aspect, a lot of family drama, and like something that's a little bit creepy, kind of haunted. And I feel like this is kind of giving the drama, but like not really. Like, I just don't see how any of it's connected. And like I said, at the end, it's possible that like everything will come together and I'll be like, literally, oh my goodness, this was like the best mystery thriller I've ever read. Like, I can see why everyone loves this, but as of right now, I'm just like not. So I don't know, but I am going to keep going and keep reading. I am, like I mentioned, I'm 59%, and I have been listening to the audiobook while I was journaling, and so it says that I have about an hour and 54 minutes left in the audiobook. So I think I probably will end up finishing this book tonight, and if not, then tomorrow. But it is currently only 6 p.m, so I'm going to get some dinner together and feed Navy and grind out the rest of this book for the next like 2 hours. So that is the goal, but if not, then I will update you guys later to let you know what I decided. So yeah, that is my update for now on this book, and I will talk to you guys again a little bit later. Hello. Okay, so my update on the God of the Woods. So I'm currently on page 378, so I have exactly 100 pages left in this book. I'm currently 80% into it, and I'm putting it down for the night because I think I'm getting ready to go get in the bed and like watch some YouTube and stuff for the rest of the night. But I low-key want to DNF this book. Like, I'm not having a good time. Like, I'm not enjoying it. I don't care what's happening. Like, I feel like I've put too much in to DNF it at this point, so I am going to finish it tomorrow, just because there are only 100 pages left. I'm 80% in. Like, I feel like I've come too far to not see it all the way through, but I'm really just not enjoying this book. Like, I feel like I've read so many more better mystery thriller books, and I feel like what is doing this book a disservice is the amount of point of views that we're getting. I feel like we are getting so many point of views that it's getting confusing. Things are like getting jumbled. I feel like also with the timelines, I feel like there's too many timelines going on as well. There's just so many points of views, there's so many timelines, everything's going on. Like, it's just all jumbled together in my opinion. Like, nothing is meshing well or cohesively, in my opinion. We're essentially trying to solve two mysteries, and one of the mysteries is like 12 or 13 years old, but it involves the same family as the current mystery that they're trying to solve. And so I just don't know if by the end this will wrap up in a way that I will like or enjoy. So I'm definitely nervous about the way that this book is going to end. I feel like as of right now, this book just is not a book for me. I have been hearing some pretty mixed things about this book. I remember like when it first came out, I was hearing such great things about it, but now that it's been out for a little bit longer, I feel like I have started to hear some more like mixed reviews. I did look on Goodreads, and everyone that I'm friends with on Goodreads has rated it either a 2 or a 3 star, and I definitely feel like my rating as well is going to be in that 2 to 3 star mark as of right now. I will say there is the possibility in the last 100 pages, obviously, for this book to just like blow my socks off and knock me out of the water, but I definitely don't see this book getting more than a 3.5 star. Like, it's just not happening for me. I am just so bored out of my mind, and I really just don't care about this mystery. So that is my thoughts on The God of the Woods, 80% in. I am going to obviously update you guys tomorrow once I am finished with the book. I definitely will be finishing it tomorrow morning after I wake up, but as of right now, I'm just saying that like this book is not for me. I did look at the mystery thriller nominees for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I did end up voting for The Teacher by Frida McFadden, just because that was the only book from the category that I had read. But even still, I didn't love The Teacher by Frida McFadden, but I enjoyed it more than I'm enjoying this. Like, I expected there to be like drama, right? Like, we're following this like rich family. They're at this summer camp, and it's like a bunch of kids who come from like these well-off families, and like the drama just is not drama-ing the way that I expected it to, especially knowing that we're following these kids of these like super rich parents, and especially with the flashbacks and stuff that we're getting, it's just not what I was expecting. The drama isn't the drama that I was hoping for or wanting, and so I feel like that is kind of what has done the book a disservice in my personal opinion. Now, you could read this book and absolutely like love it and be like, this is the best book I've ever read, and like, as you should, but for me, this just like is not the one. So I don't know, I am kind of dreading not finishing it tonight, because I know that means I'll have to pick it up in the morning, but I just can't read anymore tonight. Like, I've read a majority of the book today. Like, I've read 80% of the book today, and that is enough. Like, I feel like that is enough for me today. So I am gonna put it down. I am gonna go get in the bed. I'll probably watch some YouTube for a little bit before I fall asleep, and then obviously I'll update you guys tomorrow morning once I finish the book. So yeah, with that being said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello. Okay, so I have been putting off The God of the Woods today. It's currently 12:34, and I have filmed a video, I have eaten lunch, I have found a movie that I want to watch. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. I have been procrastinating on finishing it because I haven't been wanting to pick it up this morning. So I probably should have just pushed through last night and finished it, but I'm gonna do it now because I have 100 pages left. It's gonna take me about an hour to read the 100 pages, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And I found a movie that I want to watch once I finish it as like a little reward for finishing this book. And I know that sounds like crazy, because why are we reading books that we don't want to read? Why are we not being like kind to ourselves today? And like, that is my motto, right? My motto on this channel is we're kind to ourselves. We don't read books that we don't want to read, and I don't want to read this, but I'm 80% through. And so at this point, like, why would I not, right? Why would I not finish it just to see it through? So that's what we're about to do right now. About to finish it and call it a day. Hopefully this does not put me into a reading slump. So I got nothing else for you. So I'm gonna finish this real quick and let you guys know my final thoughts. what was that? That ending? Are you joking? Are you literally, what the heck? Like, I had thought, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe it'll be a 3-star read. No, literally, I think I'm gonna give this book 2 stars. I did not like this book. Like, I didn't like it. And then the end, on top of everything, like, no, this book was not for me. Like, I am not like super into the mystery thriller genre. Like, I'm not super seasoned when it comes to that genre. Like, I'm still pretty new at finding what I like in the genre and what I don't like. And I know that this was one that I don't like. And yeah, I know this was not for me. And I stand by my vote for the teacher over this, because I didn't like the teacher like that. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was like kind of like skeevy because of the topics and stuff in it. But like, as far as like a mystery, like, it had me shocked. It had me like wondering like what happened. This to me was boring. It did not have me wondering what happened. It literally gave me nothing. And I feel like it was predictable kind of, but at the same time, not really, because the author did such a good job of confusing you, because there were so many points of view that it's like you don't even know who you're following. You don't really know who's who for a majority of the book. I'm actually so pissed that I read this. So yeah, I'm glad that I didn't purchase a copy, because I had thought about buying a copy, but yeah, glad I didn't. Glad I saved my coins. But now that I'm finished with that, I'm so glad to be done with that. I hate that because I feel like I've been so negative in this video, and like, obviously, like, not every book that you read is going to be for you. Not every book that you read you're gonna like. And unfortunately, in this video, I didn't like really anything that I read. I feel like, as far as How to End a Love Story, like, it was okay. I feel like there was a lot of problems with the plot and like the premise of what was happening. I feel like that just wasn't something that I was into or enjoyed. Like, I thought it was just okay as like a romance. Like, not the best romance I've ever read, not the worst romance I've ever read. Definitely probably will never think about it again. Wouldn't recommend it as like one of the first romance books that comes to mind, but also it wasn't bad. Like, I feel like I would read more from that author later. I just don't think I liked this one. And then The Wedding People, gave that book 2.5 stars. It felt very just like, I don't know, I just didn't have a good time with it. I just didn't enjoy it. Like, it was okay. Like, after the first like 70 pages, it just kind of went downhill for me. I didn't like where the story was going. I didn't like the way that the main character was behaving and like carrying herself. I didn't like, I don't know, I just didn't like anything after the first day really in that book. Like, it was just okay. So I gave that one 2.5 stars. And then The God of the Woods, which I just really just didn't like, I'm giving 2 stars. Don't think I would recommend it either. Like, I don't think I would recommend a single book in this video. Like, I might recommend How to End a Love Story if you were looking for something like uber specific, like a romance that takes place in Hollywood on a like set, then yes, I would recommend it. But other than that, if you're not looking for something that specific, I just feel like there's so much better romance out there. I feel like there's so much better literary fiction out there. I feel like there's so much better mystery thrillers out there. So unfortunately, I feel like this video was good because I was able to read some new books, but also not good in the same time because I didn't really enjoy any of the books that I read. So, but that is a hazard of reading. Like I mentioned, not every story is for everybody, and I just feel like that was the case in the 3 stories that I ended up reading during this video. But I am still happy that I read the books that I did read, even if I didn't love them, because then I could give my opinions to you guys, which you might care, you might not care. But I want to thank you for watching this video. If you made it to this point in the video, leave the, what emoji do we want to leave? Let me look. Leave the, what is that thing called? Leave the clapper board emoji for my highest rated book in this video, which was How to End a Love Story, to let me know that you made it this far into the video. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more content from me, I will have all of my social media linked in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.